Do you regret ever getting involved in...
I didn't have a choice. It got bad when I was about 50.
He was known to be at Diddy's white parties. And when Aaron Carter told us about his brother, he said because he outed all of this information, people were coming after him and trying to unalive him.
Help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can so I can move to an undisclosed location where I am safe. They had cops come and check for a rope in my garage saying I wanted to...
On numerous occasions, if anything happens to me, I promise you, I am not titled, and no one said it.
To release those tapes, the world would...
The entertainment world is in turmoil following the emergence of alleged tapes involving the late Aaron Carter and music mogul scene Diddy Combs. The shocking revelation has sparked a media frenzy, resembling a plot straight out of a Hollywood thriller. New evidence has reportedly sent shockwaves through both the legal and music industries, culminating in a dramatic courtroom moment where Diddy's own lawyer abruptly walked out mid-hearing. What could be so explosive that even the counsel for one of hip-hop's biggest names felt compelled to leave?
One of the lawyers representing Sean Diddy Combs in his sex trafficking case is quitting. Anthony Rico filed notice in Manhattan federal court Thursday, writing, quote, "Under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel." Rico, one of 6 attorneys for the music mogul, did not offer any other details. Combs has pleaded not guilty to the charges, saying he did nothing wrong. His trial is set to begin in May.
Had a profound reaction to it. And I think that's going to be a hurdle that the defense is going to have to figure out how to jump.
So, you know, it's funny because I think the defense has kind of put something else out about that videotape, that it was tampered with, either slowed down or made faster. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I don't think that it's going to amount to anything, because with all of those allegations, the prosecution came out and said, look, we have an original untampered copy. And everybody I've talked to on both sides, they think it's going to get admitted into evidence.
Rumors of damning recordings have circulated, hinting at hidden truths from the past. Aaron Carter, long dismissed by some as a troubled teen pop star, claimed to possess evidence that could shatter the carefully curated image of industry titan Diddy. These tapes, reportedly containing both audio and video, allegedly expose controversial details with the potential to upend decades of public perception. While the authenticity of the recordings remains unverified, one thing is undeniable: they have ignited a dramatic legal battle that has now taken center stage.
Let me spill some serious, scalding hot tea about these bombshell tapes that just leaked. They're allegedly connecting Aaron Carter and Diddy to Hollywood's underworld, and honey, the internet is absolutely exploding with this news. These recordings reveal something utterly horrifying: an organized ring targeting young entertainers. And it gets worse. Their lawyer might have been involved in all of this too. I mean, can you even imagine the scope of this conspiracy? The content of these tapes will absolutely make your jaw drop. They're talking about these secret parties, and I mean really secret, where innocent stars were exploited under the guise of networking and mentorship. And guess whose name keeps coming up? Our sweet Aaron.
Aaron Carter tried to tell us about Diddy. Right before Aaron Carter passed away, he said that his brother was a Lisa Schumann, who sued Nick Carter for SA, was in a girl group called Dream, and they were owned by Diddy. In her lawsuit, she alleges that Nick Carter first hit on her when she was 16 years old on a music video shoot with Diddy. And baby, her accusations against Nick Carter sound super similar to Diddy's. Around the same time that this woman is claiming these allegations against Nick Carter, he was known to be at Diddy's white parties. And when Aaron Carter told us about his brother, he said because he outed all of this information, people were coming after him and trying to unalive him.
Silence breaker for my brother, who is and they're after my life. My whole family is after my life, and they're setting me up. And Sony Records owes me $3.5 million, and they don't want to pay me, and it would be in their better interest, just like Michael told me. They owe me money, and they're trying to... And I'm begging you and I'm pleading you, help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can so I can move to an undisclosed location where I am safe. They had cops come and check for a rope in my garage saying I wanted to hang.
I find this all super crazy because at the same time, Aaron Carter was also saying that Sony was involved in this plot to unalive him. And during this time, the Backstreet Boys had came back and they were still signed.
Courtroom drama reached a fever pitch recently when Diddy's attorney, Anthony Rico, was handed a document summarizing the leaked material. Eyewitnesses described his reaction as a mix of shock and indignation, culminating in a dramatic moment when he abruptly stormed out of the courtroom. In his filing, Rico stated, ***, under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs. ***, was this sudden exit a strategic move to buy time or a genuine admission of the case's explosive nature?
Significant is it that one of his defense attorneys, high profile, Anthony Rico, has quit and made it pretty clear, I think, in the wording of his resignation from the team and the case, that he obviously, I imagine, has issues with Diddy himself.
Well, in full disclosure, I've represented Sean off and on for many years, and my daughter is still the lead lawyer for Diddy. So from a father's perspective, I don't think it makes one whit of difference, frankly. Diddy knows what he's doing. I don't think that Tony was a lead lawyer in the case. Mark Agnifilo is the lead lawyer who's very accomplished. I understand that anything Diddy related tends to get a lot of clicks, but this, to me, is no more than just a speed bump.
So we shouldn't be reading into it anything more sinister, because it just seemed unusual in such a high-profile case for one of the team to publicly resign like this.
You're right. I don't think that, in fact, I would venture to say that there's nothing to be read into it other than what often happens with these cases. You know, I was thinking back many years ago to Michael Jackson after I saw this, and there were lawyer changes and shuffling of the deck. It happens often in high-profile cases. I mean, there's always going to be some lawyers coming and going, inevitably. I've seen it in every single case I've ever handled. I will tell you that I don't think it means much of anything at all in this case. Sean is, by all accounts, ready, willing, and able to go on May 5th, and I expect that you and I will be back talking about it.
What is your overview of where he is in terms of criminal liability here, in terms of what may happen to him and the weight of the case? Because we know that when the feds come for somebody, they normally have a very good success rate.
Well, that's absolutely true. I tell clients when they come into my office, you know, the federal conviction rate is in the high 90s. So understand there aren't that many lawyers walking around who've heard the words "not guilty" in a federal courtroom. So I've been fortunate to have that, as has my daughter and both Mark Agnifilo. I will tell you, this is my take on this case. This case has been, the media has so run with this idea that we have A-list celebrities, that we've got sex tapes. The tapes are about to drop. The sex tapes are involved, whether it's, and I don't even want to kind of push forward the kind of.
The tapes have now become the epicenter of controversy, serving as a stark reminder of Diddy's tumultuous past. A past riddled with allegations ranging from financial disputes with artists to accusations of hosting infamous freak-off parties, where power, influence, and exploitation allegedly blurred beyond recognition. Over the years, Diddy has been both celebrated for his groundbreaking contributions to hip-hop and scrutinized for behaviors that suggest a darker reality behind the glitz and glamour. This latest scandal not only reignites debates about his legacy, but also forces a deeper reckoning with the broader issue of accountability in an industry notorious for shielding its most powerful figures.
He begged for help in front of the world. He begged for financial support to help get him a private security team to keep him alive. He said on numerous occasions, if anything happens to me, I promise you, I am not vital. And no one said anything.
Holding up.
I'm doing good, man. I'm
doing good?
Yeah, staying strong. It's been 8 months of a lot of, you know, turmoil and back and forth. But at this point, I think that I've got it under control. You know, I'm doing everything that I need to do. And, you know, just focusing on my music, which is my love. It's my passion. And really just, you know, taking care of my aftercare, you know, and
which consists of what? The care. You're doing what you have to do. So what does that mean to you?
Basically, a lot of people in the news, there's hundreds of posts from media, And they all said, that I'm in rehab, right? That's not what's happening.
You're not in rehab?
No, I'm not in rehab. I'm in an outpatient program that is just meetings. So it's NA meetings, AA meetings, just so the judge can see that I'm taking care of my aftercare almost coming up.
The Aaron Carter connection only adds to the intrigue. Before his untimely death in 2022, Carter was outspoken about possessing sensitive, potentially incriminating evidence against powerful figures in the music industry. His claims, once dismissed as the ramblings of a troubled artist, had taken on a chilling new significance in light of these leaks. Now, fans and critics alike are asking, could Carter's posthumous revelations spark a long overdue reckoning for the industry? And if so, what does this mean for Diddy, a mogul whose empire, built on both musical innovation and controversy, now hangs in the balance?
Verify that this is actually my GoFundMe page. There's been a lot of misdirection that I've had to do in order to protect myself from being the silence breaker for my brother who is a rapist. And now they're after my life. My whole family is after my life. And they're setting me up. And Sony Records owes me $3.5 million. And they don't want to pay me, and it would be in their better interest, just like Michael told me, and Brad Paisley, who sued Sony Records for $10 million. They owe me money, and they're trying to kill me off. And I'm begging you, and I'm pleading you, help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can, so I can move to an undisclosed location where I'm safe. My realtor won't sell my house. They're all involved in this, and they're trying to keep me there. They had cops come and check for a rope in my garage, saying I wanted to hang myself.
Hey, to the manipulation, to the drugging of drinks, this all sounds super similar to Diddy's multiple lawsuits. So we have Aaron Carter, who outed his brother for being this type of person, and in the same exact breath said that people were trying to take him out because of this. And then we have this woman file this lawsuit who claims all of this stuff, and she even names Diddy and Nick Carter trying to hit on her when she was only 16 years old on a video shoot with Diddy, and saying that the managers of her and her girl group, who she was signed to Diddy, were telling her that they wanted her to date Nick Carter at 16 when he was 21. All I can think about is what Kanye told us a couple months ago, that they offed Aaron Carter, and he was saying that it was Harley Pasternak, and he even named Jay-Z, and I didn't understand that, but now we know Jay-Z and Diddy are besties. I mean, they're road dogs. So all of this makes even more sense now. Now we have like an actual connection. I mean, this lawsuit literally talks about this woman being signed to Diddy, and that's when she first met Nick Carter at 16, and he was trying to hit on her when he was over age.
Diddy's current legal battles go far beyond the courtroom theatrics of his lawyer's abrupt exit. If authenticated, the tapes could potentially validate long-standing rumors of misconduct and manipulation that have shadowed him for years. Some insiders speculate that these recordings might not only reveal disturbing details about his infamous freak-off parties, but also suggest a deeper systemic abuse of power that enabled him to maintain a firm grip on his empire. The chilling possibility of a high-stakes underground world, filled with illicit recordings and secretive gatherings, has captured the imagination of both fans and legal experts alike. This raises a pressing question. Is this scandal merely the tip of the iceberg?
Of tapes documenting his alleged sexual encounters, was there any hard evidence that such a vault existed?
The sources say there was a vault that existed, yes, and some of the tapes were flown out of the country on a private jet.
I paused for effect because a vault did exist, according to his sources, and those tapes that were in the vault were flown to other countries.
That's from the sources directly, so I have to believe them.
And this
Not have to, but
right.
I have no way. How am I going to?
You see how that you run it that you have.
Do you expect me to go in as safe as?
Well, no.
I'm shot.
No. What I'm asking you is, like I said once again, because you're the guy who's spearheading this thing that allegedly comes from Kim. So me asking the questions, I'm like a can of spray paint.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know which wall to go. You know, and tell them.
Right.
So that's the reason why I ask these questions because I actually don't know. So and so, like I said.
No, fair, but he's a little aggressive in this. The commenters agreed. Let's get a little bit more into these tapes.
So you didn't. These are other things that you didn't include in why did you keep that out?
Correct, because I can't reveal everything at once. It's too shocking.
It's too shocking if he reveals everything he knows at once. Now, one could argue, oh, come on, dude, just put it all out there. But he's now alleging it's that bad, guys. And here's that quote from the beginning in full context.
If I was to release those tapes, the world would shut down. Okay? If I showed one of these tapes, I'm telling you right now, the whole music industry and Hollywood, it would just grind down like this. They're all going to start pointing at each other like this, and it's going to be bad.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting point, Piers. But I mean, again, Diddy is very interesting in that for the last 30 years, he has taken pictures and partied and hung out with everyone. Yes, he's hung out with politicians, but I guarantee you a lot of them politicians, I ain't saying all of them, but a lot of them politicians had no idea what was going on behind the scenes. When you go to a Diddy party, there's levels to the Diddy party. Yeah. There's the Diddy party at the club. There's the Diddy party at his house. Then there's the after